everybody. It's your girl, Miss Trina, with Chat with Trina. And this month is my birthday month. So this is Trina's favorite people month. And today I have one of my favorite people. And I have to tell y'all, I was able to put my words on the TV normally, but I have to use my phone today. So anyway, my special guest is Oscar James. So welcome to the all month long Trina's favorite people. And every time I see Oscar, he always smiling. He always has a positive spirit. And I didn't even know, and we're gonna talk about it later, he has some health challenges. You would have never known because every time you see him, you don't see that. You just see Oscar grinning and smiling and making a joke. So before we begin, I want to also thank my co-host of The Real Conversation with a Twist of Humor, the Louisiana Country Boy. He is here. He did the setup for me today. He got off work tired and came and did this. I want to give him a special thanks and shout out for today. And I couldn't have done this without you today. So let's get started. Tell me a little something about you, where you come from, and like I know you are at two of the top schools that I know have the best alumni, Wheatley and PV.
Yeah, well, I'm a product of Fifth Ward, Texas.
Okay.
Phyllis Wheatley.
Yeah.
Yale Smith Junior High School.
What elementary?
I went to A.G. Hilliard Elementary. That's going to be the trick that I'm telling you tonight.
Oh, okay.
So from Fifth Ward, Prairie View to City Gas, that was supposed to be the new Fifth Ward. I went to A.G. Hilliard, which was Northeast Independent School District, and I went to PCM for 1 year.
Okay.
And went back to Fifth Ward and continued education back out there. And the other one, you can't forget, the best in the West, going north, where they produce productive people. Prairie View A&M University.
Yes.
My alma mater.
Yes. You guys have the best alumni.
Oh, we do.
Y'all really, really do. I'm so jealous.
Come check us out.
I know. Y'all have the best alumni. So now you attended Wheatley High School. What was your high school experience like? And what do you think the difference is in education and the fun of high school and now?
Well, back then, counselors cared about the students and saw that we were on the right track and what we needed. And we actually had to go to class. And we took books home. And we were talking about that the other day with some friends. Even if you didn't have homework, you brought the books home. But later in life, I realized the books had a true meaning. Responsibility, because if you lost those books, you had to pay for them at the end of the year. But if you didn't lose those books, your parents wouldn't know where were the books. And today now, with the new system, you're given handouts.
Yeah.
And when you give a handout and no books coming home, it's real difficult. And parents nowadays are not as compulsive.
Where your homework, and I need to look in your backpack.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We were talking about that. I don't know who I was on the show with me and Country Boy. We were saying, when them kids get over here, check their backpack. They don't tell them what's in the backpack.
Oh yeah, we had homework in the James household.
Yeah.
If we
need
didn't
to see
have
a book.
homework, go get that book.
And
she would give us spelling words that we didn't know. And the man probably not the one you find in the back of the book with the answers. And if we didn't get it right, we was in trouble at home. So it's like you always failed if you didn't have homework.
Definitely.
Yeah. And parents are
the treasurer of the PTA, and then I was the vice president at one time. And I will never forget, it was sucks because you had to say, well, how can we get people to come? You had to put the kids on program.
Yeah.
That's the only way. Now, they wasn't trying to get there in time for that PTA meeting.
No.
But they were going to be there right after for that program.
Yeah.
And so that definitely wasn't productive like what we thought. So let's talk about college. So after you went to Wheatley, you attended Prairie View A&M, and what was your major?
Biology.
Biology.
Yeah, my undergrad was in biology, and I'm and they went into education. And if I had to do all over again, I would be a nurse.
Really?
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I would.
Yeah. Now tell me about college. I know you went to PV, Prairie View A&M University, or the Prairie View A&M University. You guys have so much pride, and I just love it. I wish I would have done that. What was college like for you then? You played basketball in college, did you?
I did.
Okay.
I played. I was at Wheatley on all three of the state team, 16, 69.
I think I saw
70.
your thing.
And that was a great experience because the guys that I played with, we were elementary, junior high all together.
Oh, yeah.
And when I got to Prairie View, believe it or not, that was the first basketball game I lost.
Really?
How
did that feel?
I cried.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, and I told Country Boy earlier about we turned back around, and that's when we lost. And the guys told me, Fred Hilton, welcome to the swag rookie. So that you weren't gonna win them all, but we
right.
Lose them. So I didn't like to lose. Yeah. But I mean, college was actually fun because you got a chance to know other people because we had roommates and they came from everywhere. Okay. And everywhere meant everywhere. Everywhere.
Yeah.
So you learn how to live with people that you didn't like.
That's what's good about going to college. You know,
it's an experience.
Do I believe? I'll back up a little bit when you talked about losing and crying.
Yeah.
I was a lot of people don't know this about me, but I was a track star in high school. I was long distance track. I went to state. But when I went to college, actually I went to a junior college where I went to St. Jack, who had the best basketball team, and they had the best track team. They had a really good back. And the first time, so my coach babied me in high school. When I got to that track at St. Jack and I lost that race, I wasn't first and second. I lay down on that ground and was upset. And do you know what that coach did? You know what that coach did to me? Stepped right on over me and kept on walking and did not invite me back this year because they weren't going to baby me there like they did in high school. Yeah. You know what I mean? But that was a feeling of not being the best. But that's a difference than leaving, to me, high school and going over to the next. So.
But the most important part about sports for me, it taught me discipline. Yeah. And Phyllis Wheeler, this is what we had to do every Monday. You know what basketball players were because we had to wear a tie.
Oh.
And if you didn't have a tie, you stopped by Coach Carr's office, and he was a math teacher. So quite naturally, you know, we started right there.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it was a discipline thing, you know, and before they had no pass, no play in the James household, we already had that. Because my mom would always say, she had this thing about summer school. If you can't learn in 9 months, you sure can't learn in 6 weeks.
That point.
So when and so I always kept that going. Because school was fun. It wasn't never hard for me. Yeah. I liked it. But when you get to different levels, there are different responsibilities.
Yeah.
In college, didn't nobody wake you up.
Nobody would do it.
You know, and at the end of the semester, when you look at your grade, like your social security number, you know, you're looking around to make sure nobody else is looking, and you go down that line. Yes. So, you know, and then you knew either you were gonna be back academic or you might
come be at the house.
And you didn't want to come to the house.
You did not want to. I never forget my oldest daughter. She was in college and it was the first year. And you know how usually every year the seniors go to this one school.
Right.
A lot of them went to UTSA.
Right.
My daughter started calling me and said, "Well, so and so leaving." And I said, "Well, about the third one," I said, "I'll tell you what. While you patting them on their back, telling them we wish them the best, you can't come up without a degree. Right. That's what you're there for. That's what you're there for. So don't even try to come here because you don't know what to live." Yeah. So now, of course, she would have, but I wasn't gonna let her know that. Yeah, I wasn't gonna let her know that. But So no, I think that's also another thing. I was I worked 23 years at Lone Star.
Right.
So I believed in community college a lot. I believe that there were students who weren't ready for the 4-year experience yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I totally agree because, you know, we had some kids. Let me just back it up. Some parents cost their kids a lot of education because they changed birth certificate back during our day, you know, to let them go to school. Because I started at 7.
Okay.
Because my birthday was at the 7th of September.
Okay.
So my birthday is
Because that's when
26th.
school used to start later, right?
Yeah, on the
Yeah.
6th. If your
Okay.
birthday was after the 6th,
Uh-huh.
you get to wait a year.
Uh-huh.
And I'm glad that I did that year. But I got an undergraduate school in 3 years because I took 21 hours a semester.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
and an athlete.
Gotcha.
But my main goal when I got there wasn't about playing basketball. It was about,
Get it done.
getting it down. Yeah, because I was at another level.
Did you have fun?
Oh, I had a great time.
Yeah, good.
Look, a lot of my friends used to say, "You don't never go to class," but because but I had a ritual. I didn't care what was going on the campus. Tuesday and Thursday night, I was in the library till 11 o'clock.
See, that's what people miss.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, you see me on the cuts. But when it came down to the grades, I wasn't going on.
That point. That is so funny because that's what I think the kids forget. You might see so and so out having a good time, but trust and believe they did their schoolwork. They got that together. You just forgot that point. So
the secret is I didn't want a job. School was my job. So
that's why you did the whole 21 hours.
and when you were in school, you got the care packages and money and everything
that's
too.
true.
So that was a job when you had to play the system.
Yeah.
And that's how I was.
Did your church used to support you?
Oh yeah. You couldn't come home and not. How are you doing in school?
That's the first thing. Yeah. Now, if you think about nowadays, I wonder is that what people say? Now I do.
I always ask kids when they come back. I say, "How you doing?
How you doing in school?"
And if you all more than 3 times, you're not telling the truth. But if you're having difficulties, you need to get assistance because it's there for you.
Definitely, and that's what my daughters talk about their counselors. They didn't go to HBCUs, and sometimes they went to Carver, which is a African American school, and they did not tell them the importance or the benefits of going to HBCU. And they talk about that now that they wish they would have had that experience. So
and it's an experience if you hadn't had it, you missed out on it. And if you come back and you look at it, and I don't take anything away from other people.
Of course.
But that experience is like you're with your people.
The culture.
Your culture is there, and you get to learn the different cultures from all of the kids that you're going to school with. And it was a blended thing.
Yeah.
So that's what made it even beautiful. I mean, homecoming. It's just
it's beautiful just when I see y'all. Matter of fact, I had a cruise going, and it's a group called The City. And a lot of them graduated from PV. And they wasn't going on the cruise. Well, if it's on November or what, we can't do that. We ain't missing the homecoming.
You don't miss homecoming.
You ain't missing the homecoming. So the next thing I want to go to is something that I don't know the date, but it was about 2 years ago when we were here for the Black and White Ball. It was supposed to be the last one.
Right.
And we were here, and you got up and you made an announcement. And the announcement was that when you're talking about everything else, that's when I found out one that you were a psychiatrist or a psychologist. And then didn't know that. And then you said you had cancer.
Yeah.
I never knew that. You would never know that because you walk around every day and remember I told you I've been on a journey of learning faith and learning about God and everything. Right. So to see that it did something to me that night. You wouldn't know that until now. That it did something to me learning about what faith is. Learning that no matter what you're going through, you still can walk around like you. You know what I mean? Yeah. So talk to me about your journey.
And we spoke earlier.
Yeah.
And this is how my journey started. I was experiencing, some shortness of breath. And playing golf 3 days a week and swimming. I said, look, this is not right. I'm counting steps to get to the car, right? And so when I saw my doctor, I told him, I said, look, I'm having some experiences, shortness of breath. I said, but then I noticed some blood in my stool. And so we're going to take care of both, but let's do a colonoscopy. Okay. And we'll deal with shortness of breath. So when we got ready to do the colonoscopy, my daughter and I, we were laughing and talking. I was saying, I hope I don't get one of these episodes and we'll be done. She said, well, while they're doing this, I'll be downstairs getting a cup of coffee. I said, well, you would. So fast forward, they said, well, you don't look good. I said, well, I'm kind of tired. So they said, we're going to do a stat EKG. I said, okay, well, let's do it. So, and I'm at 6400 Professional Building Herman, hospital across the street. And so when I'm hearing this, we need life flight. We need the nurse to go start the IV. And I looked at another guy that was about 10 feet from me. And I raised up. I said, wow, you look that bad to me. He said, we're not talking about him. We're talking about you. I said, me. So I just laid back down. I said, me. And they took me straight from the doctor's office to the OR table. And doctor told me I was operating on 5%. That today was my blessed day. And because most people woke up and dropped dead.
Yeah.
So we went on and did that. And a year later, when I had the colonoscopy, came back stage 4 colon cancer. And first thing I told him, I said, look, this was the weekend of COVID that I found out. And so I just saw my doctor that Wednesday, and he called me on a Friday. Just got to playing golf. I'm scared, but I don't want you to panic. He said, if you're scared, I'm horrified. So he said, I want you to go to the ER room. He said, it might be 12, 40, 50. It didn't matter to me.
Right.
So immediately I got there, right? And actually it was 17 hours before I even got out of triage. And Trina, I didn't tell a lot of people, but and it's not a secret. The only bed that they had was on the 9th floor. And that particular floor was for cancer patients. And the room that I went to was at the end of the hall. And this was Labor Day weekend, and Memorial Day weekend. And I couldn't get the colonoscopy until like Tuesday. So I'm in the hospital Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, waiting on the colonoscopy, right? And so when I had the colonoscopy, and I was taking them regular, and this is what I want you to hear good. When I had it 2 years ago, but when they came back, you have polyps.
Yeah.
I had 168.
What?
168. And they said, look, when the whole team came in, I said, look, walk out for a minute. I said, come back in. I said, look, I know what you visit tell me already. I have cancer. I said, look, God's calling the plays. I'm the quarterback. You're the offense, defensive mind, and following the blocking. They cried. I said, don't cry. Let's rock and roll. Let's get it done. The next week, I was in chemo. Okay. And so, and as we speak now, it's like it's 7 years that I've been in remission for bypass. 5 years remission for the colon. And it would have been 3 years in last December, that for it would have been for the liver, but September, 3 spots came back. And so now, it's been 11 months that I've been on chemo as we speak. It's still stage 4 cancer. And I've had 2 operations, and they successfully got as much as they can. But preventatively, I'm still taking chemo.
Okay.
And in a couple of weeks, you didn't know this, I was waiting for this. I saw a radiologist, and we're looking at, even that part of the treatment too, just kill the whole thing. Because it's a process.
Yeah.
But I want everybody that's listening, to show. It's not a death sentence when they tell you have cancer.
Yeah.
It's a condition. It's like remission means it's on hold. Okay, so we get up every morning without cancer.
Yeah.
We're in remission because we're on hold. So it's the hardest thing for me was preparing my kids and the family to let them know, look, this is where it is.
Yeah.
This is what I'm going to do.
Yes.
So I want you guys to be ready, but don't count me out because I'm not dead.
That part.
I don't have nothing to leave but love.
Yeah.
I'm just, that is right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny. When someone said that. Well, actually, my mom had said, "Well, your daddy didn't believe in insurance, so he didn't leave." And I'm thinking, I ain't thinking about that. I'm thinking about my daddy.
Right.
So yeah.
And let me say this, and you can ask the question, and because it's like people ask me, "Are you scared?" Yeah, I'm not scared, and the only way out of here is we're gonna die. Look, I'll be 75 next month, so the Bible says 3 scores and 10. I'm already on favor, so I don't need to be trying to cheat it. So it's easy to tell.
So how do you get up every day and smile and be this person that I've seen for years and just keep going? Is that faith? Is that your belief in God? Is that what is that?
That's faith in God. You know, and I'm a firm believer. You know, let go, let God.
Mm-hmm.
When you take it, you know, and we've all gone to church and said
Yeah.
you can question God because that's what I never question God.
Mm-hmm.
I always say, look, let your will be done.
Yeah.
And go into Him in reverence
Mm-hmm.
and ask for what I ask. You know, before I ask.
Right.
So it's like you know, let it go because if you keep wondering, you don't believe. Because
That's
what's
true.
going to happen is going to happen. You don't have any control of it. So it's like, I mean, that faith, I believe in it. I'm serious about it. And that's why I can smile, you know, because I'm always talking, having fun, and cracking jokes.
Yeah.
But it's like, I even crack jokes about, like I showed you my hand.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, golly, they look like black gloves. You know, so, but that's a part of chemo. And they say, well, how does it feel? I said, well, you know, you have your ups and your downs, but it's not a long thing. But I make jokes. I said the other day when I went to the dealership to get my car serviced, all the cars in the parking lot went off because I was doing some chemo.
Now that's yes, I love that.
You need a boost? Let me touch the hood. So, but for me, I can just say, you know, it's been good.
Yeah.
But it's been a journey, and a journey that makes it even easier for me. And I want people to understand it's your support.
Yeah.
And when you see me on Facebook talking about it, is to let everybody know it's the condition.
Definitely.
It's not a take you out thing.
Yeah.
But,
and the time somebody hears that word, when the doctor says you have cancer, they immediately.
Yeah, I'm gonna die. Yeah, and it's that. And Trina, everybody, and I go to her, and I'm gonna be honest. And I have a great team. But everybody on the 29th, when you get off on the 29th, you know what it is.
Wow.
Everybody have cancer. And the motivational thing for me too, I'm seeing so many young people now with cancer. I mean teenagers, you're in their 20s, and then you see people that's in their 80s, in their 90s, and I look at them, I say, look, for the young people, they hadn't even lived.
Yeah.
And I look at the older people, they've gotten where I am. I said, so who am I?
Yeah.
I'm not going to cheat death.
Definitely.
You know, but at the same time, if everybody in there is trying to live, it's a purpose.
Yeah, definitely. I love that. Yeah. You said something that I think about all the time. Again, I'm on a journey, so I'm still learning. But I do tell people, like, when I was working, I would say, you know, sometimes when you be trying to fix stuff,
right?
You be trying to fix it, and you realize that God be sitting back like, I'm gonna just let her keep on doing what she's doing. When she decided to let me do my job,
how much easier is it? Yeah.
And I've seen it. I've witnessed it.
But you know, and it's a beautiful experience. But you have to get to that point.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a mental thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And everybody thinks different, you know. But when you're talking about faith, you either have it
or you don't.
There's no in between. And don't get me wrong, when people say we're not gonna claim this.
Yeah.
It already claimed you. Okay.
You don't have no
you have no say so.
Yeah, right.
Okay? You know, but it's the acceptance that gets you through. I mean, you know, we have friends that say, well, what did the doctor say? Well, I have, a little high blood pressure, but it's a little high. So do you have a brown ball with your name on it? Yeah, we have high blood pressure. Okay. Not kind of subtle. Okay.
That's me.
Yeah.
That's me.
Well, she was a little high, but did he give a prescription?
Well, you got.
You have it. So let's not talk about it. We're not gonna claim.
Exactly.
It's a purpose.
I see what you're saying. You are sure right. You are sure right. People just say, well, you can't claim. I need to claim it so I can fix it. So I can do what you call it, preventive.
Yeah, it's a preventive thing. You know? And it's like all medications don't work.
Yeah.
But it's different from everyone. Because this being a survivor and a recipient of chemo, I did not know until I got there. It's like every time we get there, it's first of all the vitals and you do blood work, and if everything don't come back, you're not able to take the chemo.
Oh, really?
Right. But what they do is they mix the chemo based on your body and what your doctor has prescribed.
Right.
And then you start the treatments. And so with me, I have a 30-minute drip, Benadryl, and then nausea drip, and then the administration of the chemo. And that's a 5-hour drip.
And that's to help you not to be
right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Do you have to take time after chemo to get together? I know some people say they are really sick afterwards. So do you have to do that?
Well, the only time that I experience that is when we double up. And a couple of days, 3 days, I was real nauseated. But guess what? I drive myself to the front. And it's no macho thing.
Right.
And
I know what you mean. I'm laughing because I'm like, wow, this is crazy. Yeah.
And I'm still at my good paying job at the golf course too.
And I was gonna say, that two things. Let me see. I thought of just two things I knew about you, but I know that you like you some golf.
Oh yeah.
You always golfing.
Oh yeah.
Then I know fishing. Am I right?
Oh yeah, I like to fish too.
Then the picture that I just love is the picture of you at the spa with your grandchildren when your granddaughter had the spa and had you laid back.
Oh, you love it. That's
that was so. I had to go back and look at that a couple of times. It was just so adorable. So
and you know, and I consider myself the best papa in the world. You know, and the thing about it, it's like I'm glad I'm still at where I can play with them. But you know, most guys would look. I get my toenails painted all the time. You know.
Yeah.
I don't select the colors.
Right.
She tell me what would look better on me, and
you just go for it.
So you gotta go for it. But look, I get snacks and everything.
That is so cute. Yeah. Have you had a tea party yet?
Oh, we've had tea party. But first, I'm a tea party, and even dress up too. You know.
That's so cute. Country boy the same way. He actually has a 6-year-old baby.
Okay.
And she be.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he does the things. I want to go back to the cancer real quick.
Yeah, let's talk about
that. Have so my dad, I'm just gonna pass the pancreatic cancer.
Right.
Is there anything? So I'm writing a book.
Okay.
And this book is going to be about grief, but not the regular grief.
Okay.
But it's going to be about what people need. People don't know what to do when you're going through.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's about that. Like, what did you need? Is there anything that you didn't get as far as support or someone? Is there anything that you did not get that you wish you had during this time?
For me, no. You know, this is how I looked at it, at everything. Let's be upfront. Okay. Don't sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
And let's be real about what it is. Like I said, you know, about the realism.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna skip and get back. Like pancreatic cancer, one of the hardest.
Yeah.
But they have a new drug.
Yeah.
Okay. And it don't necessarily have to work for everybody.
Right.
Okay. But there is
something,
a new drug, and my doctor has done it for one of the patients. You know, that's with me, and so far, you know, he's doing good. But you can't compare them. And when you asked me a question, and I just thought about it. One thing cancer people don't like for you to ask, I don't mind. How you doing today? You can ask me all the time. I know you ask me. But it could be in a situation. You know how I'm doing. I don't feel good. But that's not what you really ask.
Right.
Yeah, but you ask it out of concern.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
you know. So and you know, it's a mental, like it's just a mental thing where you have to think about it, and when you're thinking, going like what you're saying, I'm not in this by myself.
Right.
My family is with me in this because see, they worrying about what if something happened to you. Well, when that could happen to you too, before it happened to me. So, and I'll make
it has happened.
It has happened. Yeah, and see, and the grief period, and I've always said this, you know, everybody have their own time table with grief.
Yeah.
But always remember, you can't bring a person back.
Okay, you just want to.
Yeah. We got to, but at the same time, you think about those things that they tell you, okay? Yeah. And what we would want anybody to do, go get yourself checked.
That part. That part. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with
Yeah.
that.
You don't have to wonder no more this day and time. You just
They got everything.
everything. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
And you
just
know,
have to go.
and
But people are scared. They're gonna hear what they don't want to hear.
the C words scare a lot of people, you know. And when you hear it, you know, I just wanted to know
What we gonna do?
Yeah. My word is rock and roll.
Athlete.
Discipline. And then when everybody goes, I need to talk to one person. I don't want to talk to God. Anesthesiologist. I said, I don't want to feel nothing. But look what you wake me up to. Yes. And you, if you got a team and a good team, you know, it's like, but you're always ahead of the treatment team.
Yeah.
Because one thing that they don't force you to do when they tell you about cancer is options. They don't force you to take radiation. They don't force you to take chemo. And at some point, you know, it's actually no more than they can do. And when it's to that point, that's when you lean on your faith in God.
Yeah.
Because He'll take it from there. And even with
that's one of those let goes.
Exactly. You know, and even with me being on treatment, I'm still with God. You know, but I look at it as, like some people say, why me? I didn't look at it. I just look at, I'm one of those vessels that, you know, while I'm here, if it's going to make anybody else.
And a walking testimony. A walking, talking testimony.
But I got to tell you this. I did go to the other side when I hit the bypass. And for me, it was beautiful. It was like going through a tunnel. You know, you look through a kaleidoscope.
Yeah.
And just a maze just going through. And the farther I got in this tunnel, the lights were so bright, the naked eye couldn't stand to see it. Okay? And I got so far and I stopped. Went in feet first, and I came back out head first. And out of nowhere, a voice said, Oscar, wake up. They don't call you by your first name. And I've been woke ever since. That's been 7 years ago.
That's crazy.
But it came back different.
Yeah.
You know, the experience is like, you know, it's, for me, it wasn't bad on the other side.
Yeah.
But whatever that other side, what people may want to do, it's just like I came back as a messenger. And that's what I feel like I am.
Exactly.
And that's why I share it, you know, so people can just, if you ask, I don't mind being asked questions.
Of course.
You know, and for a lot of people, they don't want to be asked questions. But, you know, it's, if you need to know, somebody know, ask them.
Ask them. And that's what someone like you is. Not even, I probably, if I came to you to say anything, I probably wouldn't be asking you about the cancer. I'll be just asking you just in general, how did you keep walking and talking like we talked about? Those would be the questions for you, being somebody who is in that journey of.
But those are the questions that I wanted people to ask me. It's like, well, what did you feel like? That's what. The only thing I felt was shortness of breath. But let's look at that. It hadn't been going on a long time, but it didn't just come from somewhere. Okay, dormant, everything like dormant.
That's true.
And we all have a cancer cell, it's just a react.
I've heard that.
So, you know, and it's like, when it became that, it's like, I did the DNA study, and my cancer happened not to be hereditary or genetic. Even though it's colon and liver, it's rare for them that my kids don't have it, but they want them to have colonoscopies.
Okay.
40.
Yeah. And that was how I found out that at the time, I know they have the pill now, but at the time when my daddy passed, the first thing I thought about was, let me find out what kind of testing we need to do. And that's what the doctor explained to me right now. He said it wasn't as I don't know the word for it, as frequent as it is now.
Right.
And so they weren't really concentrating on finding a cure. That wasn't a thing.
Right.
And now they have, of course, come up with something. But that's what I was concerned. I just want to make sure I get tested so that I can. And what were the preventives, which I found a lot of little things. And even when you think about it and you start reading up on stuff, you realize, and I think about my dad, I'm like, that was happening. Or this was happening. You know what I mean? So sometimes you pick up things and you say, oh, wow, we didn't think that was anything. And it really might have been something, you know.
Because we don't know.
We just don't know.
I don't want people to get caught up in this. Let me Google it.
That part. That part.
Yeah, because and I don't have anything against people say, well, I'm gonna do a cleanse, I'm gonna do a fast. That's right.
Yeah.
But when you do all of that, it doesn't remove powers. Okay? The only way that that's removed and that you
It's
find out,
medical.
you have to have a colonoscopy. Because you are going to have polyps, that's part of going, but they're benign or even cancerous. So you need to know that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
and once the earlier you can prevent it,
Yes.
the more the better you can do.
Preventive care, and I'll just tell everybody that preventive care is so important. That's the preventive. Go to the doctor. You go to the doctor.
I don't want to hear
I know you don't
what
want to
you
hear.
have to say.
Yeah. My papa, when he finally went to the doctor, everything was wrong. So it wasn't that. If this was wrong, and it was nothing to put him back together because he just wouldn't go to the doctor. Well, I'm just glad you're here with us.
I'm glad to be here.
I'm glad you're here. Now, these are all the questions we talked about. I'm gonna ask those questions. So let's talk about some of the work that you've done through the years with the community. Talk to me about that. What have you done? Some of it.
Well, I'm a start.
Well, let me back up a little bit. I'm sorry. What made you go into psychiatry?
As a kid, I always wanted to read minds. And it's kind of funny thing too. It's like, when you read minds, you got to be a little careful because if I'm walking down the street, somebody might say, "I'm killing you." You
already?
So you have to give it the take back. But I always wanted to know,
what are people thinking and where they get start from?
And where it come from.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you how my journey started. If you're familiar with Prairie View nursing, the building right next door, which is Venco now, right?
Okay.
In 1973, I opened it from the ground. I was the first black director of the allied therapy department for ACA. That hospital was the first freestanding hospital. It was Houston International Psychiatric.
My sister went there.
Yeah.
As a kid, she had behavioral.
We're not gonna talk about it.
Okay. Yeah. But I'm saying, look, behavioral. I'm just saying because it made me think about behavioral.
We're talking to hip hop.
Oh Lord Jesus. Look at you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And let me tell you what my department is like. How I did what I did. I had art therapy, recreational therapy, dance, music, and occupational therapy. And these were cool order things. So with all of that, that's part of the mind.
Yeah.
We're talking cognitively and physically, to be able to function in life, and that even made it even more progressive for me to want to just see how much we can do. Because sometimes we can plateau from a lot of things, and once we do that, it's other things that we can do. And so with 10 years of corporate America, I was blessed to be with a group called Post-Up Psychiatry. In '87, we opened the first day hospitals in Houston.
Oh wow!
Okay, and you had to have insurance basically back then. But back in the early '70s and '80s, insurance was like 100%. Psychiatry they covered.
Yeah.
And
they ain't trying to cover that no more. But go ahead.
and after my tenure with those, after 15 years, I said, look, I'm going to go into private practice, and that's when I developed James Program Associates.
Okay.
And then I took it to another level from behavior to being on the other side where we get in trouble now. Behavior.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Criminal side.
Right.
And
okay.
And it was a beautiful switch because like all of my clients were court ordered. For anger management and decision making. And in the 90s, going back, all the Harvard schools.
Yeah.
I remember those. I had the drug and alcohol programs for those. I designed those schools. Yeah. And so for the last 20 years before I retired, I was seeing all the kids, North Forest, all the kids that clean apart, and I would have anger management at the courthouse on Wattsville Road. Did that for 20 years,
Oh, wow.
And even saw them at North Forest.
Okay.
And this was to get deferred adjudication if you got in trouble. Again, we're trying to prevent it. So giving back that part, it's like, it's some good in everything that's bad. And we never know what an underlying situation is until we deal with the problem.
Did you have any success stories?
Oh, yeah. Even like now, it's like, I always tell a patient, if I ever see you, I'm not going to call you out. But they'll holler my name out. And I'm just like, And the success part is, if you care and you're putting for the effort and you're serious,
Yes.
then you're going to see those success stories. But the biggest problem dealing with any of this is a 5-letter word: trust.
You got to build that trust.
Got to be a letter.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to be a letter.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And that's almost in
Anything.
anything. Yeah. My degree is in my undergrad is human services.
Right.
And I remember doing a tour at one of the centers like that to see what I was like, oh, this is so cool. It showed how the intake and it was
Well,
really,
believe
really
it or
cool.
not, your job was basically psychiatry too.
Yeah.
Because guess what? How do you tell somebody fired?
Please. Yes.
Because it's like you don't know what's going on.
You don't know what's
But
going
you're
on.
telling them basically the best of the best.
Yeah.
Why you're being dismissed.
Right.
And that's
It's
hard.
tough. It's
Because
tough.
if you think about, and I'm gonna ask you like this, we're not even trained about commitments. But if you thought about how many people you had to tell they were fired, and then and you know what, and you look back, and if it happened to us, what's the first thing we think about?
It's over. What?
You could have told me.
Oh, you could have told me for the end of the day. You know how they had to wait to the end of the day. Yeah. I also think about, and we talked about this last night, was about what is it, ICE?
Yeah.
Coming into the kids, and when you think about how some of these I'm gonna say HISD because I was there.
Well, we talked about I went there too.
Yeah, so to know the things that they're taking away, and even I don't like about them trying to separate the special education kids, the SPED kids, but also not realizing some of these kids that have their relatives being taken from ICE.
Right.
What is doing
And
to
let's
them?
back up. Everything is not inclusive.
Yeah,
And, you know,
absolutely.
because you've been educated.
Yeah.
You know, it's like unrealistic behaviors. You know, when you got unrealistic behaviors, you know what's going on versus what somebody else does.
Right.
And you just can't place it. But everybody don't want to do that. But like you're saying, if I was on the other side, I'd be afraid to take my kid to school and not knowing whether or not
I'm gonna be able to
I'm
pick
picking
them
them
back
up. And then if I was a kid, I wouldn't want to go to school because I'd be afraid that my parents may not be there. Yeah. So, you know, when you're looking at, let's say, a child's eyes, and then as a parent, you know, when you lose a kid, because I lost my son
I remember that
a year ago, you know, last month, you know, and it's kind of like it's one of those things that when you bury a kid before you go, you know, but he's in a better place based on where it was, but you don't expect that.
Right. It's totally unexpected.
It's totally unexpected, but I'm an adult, and he was an adult.
Yeah.
We're talking about children now.
Yeah. And I just think sometimes, you know, when you go to these middle schools and they acting all grown and tough, I done broke some of them down. So I know, you're a kid, whatever. But some of them just need somebody to listen.
And
They just
I always ask, do you want me to listen today or feedback?
That's it. But that's something that I think about a lot too when it comes to I that's probably what I went to school for, but I think I did human service was very close, just knowing that you're helping with these kids and then wrap around which is so interesting to me. Before we start going towards the end of this, taking on a wraparound from the school. Wraparound was such an amazing program. I didn't even know what it was until I got the job. Didn't pay much money, which was very interesting too, because the work you had to do. And then when you care, you go over and beyond. You didn't care about the money, but you also went over and beyond. I was knocking on doors, right? Because one little girl, she was squinting. I knew she needed glasses. She was young, and her mom was young. And so I went to her and I said, "Hey, she looks like she needs glasses." She does. I keep sending this note home with her mom. So you know where I was the next day? Knock, 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 knock. I need you to sign this because the school took you to get the glasses.
Right, and they didn't know.
She knew, she just wasn't paying attention.
But how old was she?
The mom, very young.
See,
she had 4 or 5 kids.
Right.
So I took it and I slid it through the door because that's all she would open up, and she signed it. She didn't fill out nothing else, but that nurse said, "That's all right. We got a signature." And so those kind of things. And that little girl told me one day, because I would, there was a form you had to fill out when kids are having a problem. And that little girl, they wrote this girl she had an older. Nobody would. So pulled her in, went and bought her some Bath and Body Works, just made her a little bag. So one day I'm in the cafeteria just to show you how kids just want somebody to care. That lady went up to one day, she said, Miss Trina, they call me Miss Trina. Miss Trina, are you okay today? I was like, I'm fine. I wasn't.
Right.
She knows. But what got me was the day she said, Miss Trina, you're just like a mama. I said, well, I am a mama. She says, no, you act like my mama because you care. And I'm talking, this is elementary.
Right, right.
But do you know that does for a heart?
Sure it does.
Oh my gosh.
And
it's
you
like,
keep coming back.
and you keep coming back for it. Her little brother gave me this little bell because I was in wraparound to give clothes and coat stuff.
Right.
And I had got him a coat, put him some gloves on. He gave me this little bell one day. He said, Miss Trina, I love you. They almost had to take me away.
Mm-hmm.
I used to call Country Boy when I was doing that job and tell him what happened that day or whatever.
Right.
But anyway, so I was saying all that to say, I know that you love community like that. And then to find out what you actually did, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy that we have so much in common. What's next for Oscar James? You have any projects besides playing golf, playing with your grandchildren? Country Boy was gone when we was talking about you being in the spa. I gotta show him the picture of you being in the spa. His grandchild had him sitting back, laid back in the
I
spa.
got my nails and my hands done.
And I said, Country Boy got a baby, got a 60.
Country Boy, I don't select the colors.
He just lay there and get the job done.
Well, last time she told me, Papa, you may have to stop and take your shoes off. So this time I'm gonna put clear on you. I said, okay.
And you just sit there like this.
Sit there.
That's so funny. So what's next for you, Oscar? You have any upcoming projects, programs, or goals?
I take each day at a time.
Yeah.
But if something come up,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna do it.
Gotcha.
But usually with my words on, it's like, well, I hadn't gotten it for you yet.
I like that.
That's what I was saying. I hadn't gotten it for you yet, But I do have, I'm one of the partners here at the studio.
Yes. And I didn't say that, y'all. Let me just say this: we are streaming live tonight from the studio, which is the home of TSI, which stands for Together. Don't tell me. Together, Strong, and Invincible.
That's what it stands for.
That's what.
And by the way, we're celebrating 22 years this Saturday.
Yes, y'all come out Saturday, 7511 South Freeway. I always remember this address. It's a great place. If you're ever looking for a place to have an event, this is it. It's really a beautiful, beautiful place. And it's from when you just see the studio, when you walk in that door, you'd be like, oh my gosh. So I did want to say thank you to the studio and you guys for letting us do this here tonight. Now tell me something fun or surprising about you that most people didn't know.
I'm silent, but I'm deadly.
Silence is golden.
Silence is good. Yeah. And I'm going to ask you this. A lot of people, I said, well, how do I look to you? I said, do I look mean?
Not at all.
Okay. And a lot of people say, you look like you don't play.
Like you don't play.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh,
you don't look mean, but no, you don't.
But I crack jokes all the time.
Yeah,
I'm just funny.
All the time.
And that's amazing to me. It's like, this is what you.
It's a respect thing, though.
Yeah, and and it's like people don't know how to approach me.
Interesting.
And it's like, I don't
well, see, I approach anybody. I'm just
different. Yeah. But I don't bite.
Right. You do not bite. You do not bite.
It's like,
and you don't even have that look of it, but it's just something about your demeanor.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes you say, I like him, he's fun, but I bet you wouldn't go up against him. But
but I just like him. Yeah. But I'm direct. I mean, if you ask me a question,
I'm gonna give you an
answer.
answer.
I'm giving an answer.
Yeah.
Might not be what you want to hear.
But you ask.
And let's use this again, too, Trina. And when you ask that question, people have to understand. And it's a hard thing for most people. When you're asking a question, remember they're asking you your opinion. Okay, and a lot of people get mad when you because you do it all the time.
Right.
In your show, when you ask questions, because that's what you do.
Right.
But you give you an opinion, but they ask you your opinion.
Right.
And so there's an argument I correlate.
Right.
You asked me mine.
I asked you yours.
And if you don't become oppositional, if you think about it, we really actually kind of sort of saying the same thing.
If you really slow down and think about it.
Yeah. But I didn't say I was agreeing with you.
Right. I love that.
And I always say, look, if you make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
It's always consequences,
Yes.
but make sure you can live with the one that you made. The consequences,
Yes, definitely.
because it's a consequence behind good things.
That's why y'all need to go and vote.
Make
Y'all
sure
got October the 5th to get you registered. If you ain't registered, you got to register to vote. You know how many people come up to that booth and say, "I'm here to vote," and you can't because you didn't register. You've got to register. Okay, I'm sorry. That was he said something about living with the consequences, and it came to my mind.
that's a good thing.
We live with these consequences. So when you're not working or serving the community, I bet I can tell you what you enjoy doing. Golf.
You know, and I like to
Fishing.
swim too.
I heard you
Oh,
say that.
Yeah, I love to swim.
I want to take my baby that's in autism. That's why I
Right.
want to get him some swim lessons. Yeah.
He would love that.
Yeah,
too.
because he
The
loves
buoyancy.
water. Well, I
Yeah.
don't know it's a character. I remember going to Discovery Green.
Mhm.
He saw the water and he just took off. Thank God I'm a runner.
Well,
I had to chase him.
Most kids love water because you hear that water is almost like it's a calm.
Yes.
And 80% of the people that's on cruises,
Uh-huh.
they
They don't
can't
like
swim.
water. They don't because I can swim. I can't swim,
But
but
you can swim out
Yeah.
of water.
I can't
but
swim that.
but they can't swim.
Right. But they on that cruise.
They're on cruise.
He took off running Oscar, and thank God I ran as fast as I did to get
That's
him
what I'm
because
saying.
there was a dip
Uh-huh.
to get there. I mean, that had it a high dip.
Right.
And I was like, oh goodness. But yeah, he took off. But yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
so how long you been swimming?
Oh, ever since I was like 10 years old.
Oh wow. I think all parents should put their kids in swim lessons because it's just too much
Yeah,
going on now
yeah,
with the
yeah.
swimming thing.
And once they learn, it's like a bicycle.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
You don't forget
yeah.
your fundamentals,
Yeah.
and the gross motor skill.
Uh-huh.
But you may stop, but you'll go back.
Definitely. I swam. I went on a Cupid cruise year before last.
Mhm.
And I swam, and I hadn't swam in years. And I got on down there, and
Yeah,
it
you
was like
just did it,
it just
yeah,
came back
yeah,
to me.
yeah.
Now, when people hear Oscar James, what do you hope they remember most about you?
That's a good question. But I can answer that. Live life.
Okay.
Enjoy yourself. And because, that nickname is OJ too, right?
I know that.
Yeah,
I definitely know that.
And I'll say, look, always remember, that's what he told you. It's like, what they say, Mount Fruit, that's the way of the world. Earth, wind, and fire,
Earth,
that's the way of the
Oh,
world.
I gotta remember that. Somebody asked me my 5 favorite
Yeah,
songs because they're gonna
yeah.
sing for me Sunday, and I said I can't think of 5 favorite songs. Some 5 songs that saved my life.
That's the way of the world.
Well, Oscar, I want to thank you, and I'm just going to say because it has to be written down here. I want to thank you for being one of my favorite people.
I'm
And
glad
you really
you're one of your
are.
favorite- Okay.
Yes, you got to stay on my good side. If we go on my bad side, it ain't good to be on the bad side.
I wouldn't want to be.
You don't want to be on my bad side.
Because if I was on the bad side, you'd definitely be on chat with Trina. You would not chat.
Don't get on the bad side.
Can I share this?
Absolutely.
I know a family. We're homeboys and homegirls. So I've
He
been
know
on
the Corvette. He know the Corvette.
Yeah, I've been in the Corvette and the Corvette family for over 60 years.
He even
the
knows my
Bachelors.
aunt. Oh, the Bachelors. That's right. That's right. And
Yeah.
he know my aunt Dorothy and my cousin Deidre. And Aunt Dorothy was the teacher, a
Yeah.
math teacher, right?
Yeah. And Lydia's grandmother, Miss Plummer,
Uh-huh.
was my counselor. And
Crazy.
and her daddy lets me come to his dailies in Edna, Texas. So that Plummer's been a good friend of mine for years.
That is awesome. It's funny how you don't know who people know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's why I always
yeah.
ask people. I said, who are your people?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because,
yeah.
you probably know them.
Yeah.
And anybody from Fifth Ward, you say Fifth Ward,
Uh-huh.
they don't know the real truth about Fifth Ward.
Yeah.
You know what we say?
Well,
Which street?
yeah. That's like the Acres Homes, though. To be
Mhm.
honest with you, people tend to ask me that. What's pretty real?
The same thing in City Gas Road. I said, North West Side, that used to be City Gas Road.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Esplanade used to be a ditch.
Oh,
And
they built
we
on
talked
Brooklyn.
about busing schools.
Uh-huh.
In elementary school, everybody went to City Gas Elementary School.
Oh, no, I didn't know.
Okay, and on the other end, they built Hilliard, where I was staying.
Uh-huh.
But before they finished it, we would go from 8 to 12 on one end, and the other end went from 1 to 4. And at the second semester, we'd switch. And so when they completed the school,
Mm.
we got busted right there, half and half. But you all had to go to the same high school.
I know, and I'm not gonna say this long amount of time, but Mr. Lee was telling me a story one day. That's what we do on Tuesdays. He told me about how there was no bus or something, and they used to have to come from way somewhere else to get to the other side when the north side wasn't really nothing. I guess Marty told Lord. I was like, oh my gosh, Mr. Lee, I did not know that. Y'all are just a book of history, and like I told you, that is what I love to do. I can sit here all day and just listen to people.
And by the way, Leanne Dupree is my homeboy.
Oh, Mr. Lee. Hi, Mr. Lee, in case that was my dance teacher. But I do want to say thank you for being one of my favorite people and sharing your story with us, because it's so powerful. And you tell your story even without talking. You walk it. Yeah, you live it. And I thank you for that, because that helped me. Again, that night, you had no idea what the influence that it did for me that day with my, again, the faith part of the journey that I'm on. And just like, gosh, he's walking around here. I'm about here about to fall out, crying about different things. And this man got full stage cancer. He just walk around grinning.
But you don't know how much you bring to the community that you had doing your show. And I want you to continue to do that.
Well, thank you.
And believe it or not, when you're doing this, you got a lot of followers. Mm-hmm. But they hear you too.
I hope so.
No, they do.
I hope so.
Yeah, it makes
Country Boy always tell me that. He said they be listening. He always said they be listening.
I gotta give him credit. What's the station to tune in on Sunday?
Yes.
953 Jams.
Did you all hear that again? Make sure you listen to it.
He listened, and we didn't even know it. Yeah. We didn't even know it. So I'm grateful to celebrate my birthday month with people who have positively affected my life, and you are certainly one of those people. I thank you for always being nice to me. Anytime we walk in, since you know them curve days, you couldn't be mean anyway. You can't be acting up. But Oscar, thank you so much. This was great, and I definitely would love to sit and chat again about some of this other stuff, because again, history is something that I love. Yeah. But we both gonna tell them something right now. We're going to tell them they got to vote.
Please make sure you go out in November and vote.
And when we talk about consequences,
because you see what happened when we didn't do it the last time. And this is real crucial. If nothing else, it's for our kids. We will not be here.
If someone said to you, y'all always say this is an important vote, what would you say back?
Say that again.
When you say you need to vote, this is a really important vote, and they say, y'all say it's always important to vote.
Until this last past election, it's real. And the things that most people outlived it. I was in the 50s. And I'm looking at it, it's almost back that way again. So we don't need to let it get that far, because it's real close. And if we're not careful, I'm talking about real careful, you'll see the same things happening again.
Yeah.
No DEI.
Yeah. And we're thinking about the
affirmative
future.
action. And I must say this on that, and we're going to go because with the DEIs now and the no affirmative action, it's affecting my Black sisters. The Black women.
They just took that.
Okay, because if you look now, we've already done it to the Black men, but watch the jobs and watch who they want to be the front face of it again. Be real careful with that. So vote,
y'all. And if you need information, don't feel afraid to ask somebody. Somebody knows something, and somebody knows somebody that can get you the information you need. And check out Super Tuesday Talks on Tuesdays, where I am meeting with different politicians, people who are. And I'm meeting with Darrell Davis on September the 1st, and it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a real good one. So he walks around and asks people, who is Yolanda Jones? Because I love him for that. But so y'all pay attention on Tuesdays. That's what that's going to be. It's a civic engagement type of show, and we're just going to be talking and giving information about this election and then what you should be doing. And just if you come on and just be active, you can ask questions. We there's no embarrassing question. Just come on and ask so you can be informed. All righty. An informed voter is a. Is that the right? It's a statement to that. An informed voter is a good voter. I don't know. It's something like that. All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure y'all go to the youtube.com/chat with Trina and click the little bell so you can know when I'm on, and then also subscribe. See y'all later.